What's up, guys? It's your girl 30 here, and I know I haven't said that in a while, and I know that I have Mind of a Man in the background, but we're going to talk about one. I can't really call him a man yet. He's more of a teenager or a boy, but other than that, I'm going to talk about one guy in this entire series. Now, I welcome all you guys to my Who's Better series for those that have not watched, and I'm actually going to leave a link to the playlist somewhere above in a card if you guys are interested to see my personal thoughts of some of the characters of Girl Meets World, who is better for who. So I'm going to leave that link somewhere up above for you guys to take a look at. But other than that, let's move on to the actual topic at hand. Now, after looking at my playlist, I realized I did not do a video on this person, and I think someone on my in my comments actually did point that out. So let's do a video on this person, and I am talking about Farkle. Now, I actually did a video about Riley, and Farkle was in that video, which probably really made me think I've done one on him, but I haven't. But other than that, I digress. Let's move on. Who is better for Farkle, Smackle or Riley? Now, it should be a no-brainer in the eyes of a lot of people, and in my opinion, it kind of is a no-brainer. Riley, in my humble opinion, is definitely the best person for Farkle, and here is why. When it comes to Riley, she's not only a very emotional person, she does whatever she can, not only to make her friends comfortable, but what she does, the love that she gives them, rubs off on them, and whatever she's able to teach them, something positive out of them comes off and rubs off on her. Now, when it comes to Farkle and Riley, they bring out the best in each other. Farkle, in a way, was socially inept. He was pretty much a machine. The first time that I actually saw him in the first season, he was an android. Let's be honest. He was an absolute robot. But when it comes to Riley, as emotional as she is, and yes, she does act like a 5-year-old majority of the time, but there are some really tender moments that she actually does come off as a caring friend. And that caring and that love and that emotion that she gives off towards her friends rub off on the friends that she's actually, gives her love to. And I know that sounds a little bit weird or maybe a little dirty, but I'm trying to make it clean here. The thing is that she really does care about her friends, and she really does want to bring out the positiveness, if that's a word or a way of saying it. She wants to bring out a lot of positive energy in her friends, as well as seeing her friends succeed. And the one thing that showed me how completely emotionally driven, as well as her wanting her friends to be happy, was the episode that I saw when Farkle was being bullied. Now, she did everything she could to try to bring him out of hiding and try to make him feel socially accepted. And that love that she showed him kind of rubbed off on him. And down the line in previous seasons, I've noticed how he has made a huge transformation. Somebody like Farkle would not be adjusted into change at all. They would stay the way they were. They would say the same catchphrases, dress the same way. But as time went on, he started to want to, become a little bit different. And yes, hence the Donnie Barnes character, especially after Girl Meets Your Book. That showed me that after Riley kind of showed him how to be not really socially accepted, but to show that she accepts him for who he is, he ended up wanting to, change up his character a little bit, especially coming Donnie Barnes. And I guess that was during the time when Riley was going through a change in herself, especially with her, her somewhat crush obsession with Lucas. But moving on down that line, when it comes to Farkle and he became Donnie Barnes, after he started breaking out of being Donnie Barnes and he actually started thinking about, you know what, I really do want to be a different person. I don't really want to be the same guy I used to be. I actually do want to change and be something different. He would have never considered that at all if he didn't meet Riley at all, and if Riley didn't show how much she accepted him for being who he is. Once he actually experienced that acceptance and that love and that caring from her to him, he would have never considered that as a thought. Now let's move on to Smackle. Yes, I know Smackle has Asperger's. At least I think it's Asperger's. If I'm not, leave in the comments if I'm wrong. But I know she's autistic, and I know there was a lot of things she was struggling with, especially when it comes to emotions. Now, when it comes to Farkle, Farkle taught her exactly what Riley taught him. And if it wasn't for the fact that he met Riley and experienced that caring and that love from her and that emotional support from her, he would have never been able to teach Smackle anything. My bad. But even though they do seem like a logical couple because they're both geniuses, there's a lot that Smackle needs to learn for herself. But I know it's always great to have a really strong emotional support from a really great group of friends. And she does have that. But the thing is that Smackle's also noticing a lot of other things around her, including other guys. It's a given, let alone obvious, that she has a massive crush on Lucas. And she has no hesitation to flirt in front of Lucas every single time she has the opportunity, which can be a bit off-putting for somebody that you are dating, seeing you flirt, obviously flirt, in front of somebody you consider to be one of your best friends. That is a bit off-putting. Now, I know that Smackle has to be extraordinarily outspoken. She has zero filter at all. And when it comes to her emotions, she has zero filter. I don't know a lot about autism as well as a lot about Asperger's, but it seems to me that she does starting to develop other emotions, especially crushes, love, maybe a little bit of lust here and there, and she probably wants to experience it in other ways. Now, that's a big problem. When it comes to being an exclusive couple, you kind of want to look at each other as emotional support. But I see them more as friends than I actually do in a relationship, because there's a lot that Smackle has not discovered because of her autism being a bit of a block. But now that she has a really huge emotional support, or a huge emotional support group in the friends that she's in now, she's going to probably want to experience more things in her life and not be exclusive to one guy. And that can be a problem in their relationship. And that is why I don't see them lasting that long. And I do believe that Smackle will probably be a better person if she has those experiences with other people and not so much be attached to Farkle. Because Farkle's looking for someone who is exclusive. She's looking for something else. She's looking for other horizons. And you can see that she is looking towards Lucas, probably any other handsome guy that passes along her way. And that's going to be a huge problem. Even though that they are both geniuses, that is all they have. When it comes to emotions, they are both learning and growing together. But unfortunately, Farkle is far more advanced than Smackle when it comes to the emotional department, even though Smackle is far superior to Farkle in the intellectual department. And that is going to be a huge issue for both of them. So in my opinion, of course, my verdict definitely goes to Riley, because not only Riley has the emotional balance and she's actually able to support him and literally respect and care about who he is and doesn't want to change him, she actually is a huge influence in his life, as well as Farkle being a huge influence in her life. He actually inspires her to learn things new and not be stuck in that same bubble that she's always been in so many episodes that I've seen. Yes, before season 3 has happened, and before she went back to being a 5-year-old, I actually did notice that Farkle was a huge influence in her life. And he honestly really did inspire her to learn a lot more about things around her. While Riley was a huge emotional support and actually did inspire him to become something different. So they bring out the best in each other. And that's why I believe in my heart of hearts that Riley is definitely the best person for Farkle. But I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Who do you think is best for Farkle? Riley or Smackle? Like I said, you heard my verdict. I believe it is Riley, but I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Next Girl 30 signing off. Peace out, y'all. Later.